This is Damien Boosh.
Boosh.
Yeah.
D-Boosh.
He asks, he's wondering about compulsive video game playing.
Okay.
He wonders if it is actually a detriment to our culture. He asks, is there an appropriate role for compulsive gaming in our culture? By this I mean games that hook people into playing for hundreds or thousands of hours. Loot games come to mind. My opinion, I appreciate gaming and I play 10 to 20 hours a week myself. I also read IGN and similar outlets regularly. I do not, however, see how games like Diablo 3 or World of Warcraft, with their superficial complexity and full-on Skinner box mechanics, someone may need to explain what that is to me, are any more beneficial to our culture than anything that is traditionally classified as addictive.
How is it good to our culture?
Devil's advocate argument, how is quote-unquote compulsive gaming any different than going to any public place, any train station, subway station, and everyone is just zoned out in their phone, their screen, whether it's email or Twitter or text or YouTube or something.
I don't know. That particular complaint is a pet peeve of mine. Like the older generation says, "Oh, kids are just glued to their phones and no one's talking to each other anymore." But when I'm looking at my phone, I'm looking at pictures of my nephews that live in another state. Like I feel like it lets us.
Or you're looking at Disco Zoo.
Or I'm finding animals in Disco Zoo more realistically.
This is from the guy who was giving me crap earlier about tweeting during a dinner. Come on.
I wasn't giving you crap.
You son of a...
So I think that particular example, I don't buy into that complaint. But that's unrelated to the question that D-Boosh was asking.
D-Boosh.
Fun is fun. Like the fact that there's a million different genres of video games that I don't like half of them probably more than I don't really enjoy, right? But other people do, and I'm glad they do, and I enjoy my genres, and they enjoy. Looting games is fun. It's fun just to fill in a progress bar and level up and get stronger.
I totally think that. I'm glad you brought that up because I think he does have a point where. Call of Duty is one of the games that kind of started it, where gameplay and like the fun of playing the game has been replaced with feelings of satisfaction by just seeing a bar fill.
Sure.
By seeing numbers climb, and that bar is half full, and you want that bar to be all the way full, and then you get some sort of feeling. It releases some feeling of like satisfaction and happiness.
Titanfall is that for me, where every night I'm like, I don't want to sign off if I'm not at a round number. You know what I mean? Like I was about to sign off like my second night with the game, and I was like level 29, and Christine's like, "Come to bed." She's like, "Oh wait, we'll get to 30." I got to 30, and the next day I got to 40, and it's like, I gotta get my fix.
I strongly believe I'm probably going to write an opinion article or some sort of feature on IGN eventually about how progress bars and progression systems in some ways are messing up games. They're emphasized too much. I think.
It's not always like that though. Like to the point of binge gaming and just immersing yourself like. Oblivion and Skyrim are games that I love to just, I don't want to play those for an hour a night. I want to play them for 3 or 4 or 5 hours a night and just get lost in those worlds.
I think that's okay, right? What's the problem with that?
I mean, I'm not arguing against that. I agree with that too. I'm saying the act of playing the game should be reward enough. And if it's not, if you feel like you need to be earning something or leveling up or getting better, like I want to be unlocking things, then it's like, are you really, truly having fun? Like, is the moment-to-moment gameplay fun, like playing the matches? Like, what if Call of Duty had no unlocks at all? Like, would it still have the millions of people playing every single night? Or is it that progression system and opening up new things that they're...
It's a balance, right? I mean, I think Titanfall is great on its own, even if you stripped out the progression system, but the progression system gives you... just a little extra incentive to keep coming.
You're like, I like the carbine a lot, but I want an extended mag, so I'm now going to go after hunting grunts, and it's just, it gets...
I'll give you an example. I reviewed Hearthstone, so I've been, wading in with people on Twitter and in comments and stuff like that. And one of the complaints of that game is that it rewards you with things too slowly. Say, you got to play a lot of games to really open stuff up and unlock stuff.
It's a free-to-play game.
Free-to-play game. And my argument is, and this is Blizzard's argument as well, like people complain to Blizzard, I'm earning things too slowly when I play the game. I'm not earning things fastly, quickly enough. And their response is, playing the game is the reward. Like the fun that you're getting out of that match is your reward for playing that match. It's not, the 10 gold that you get afterwards. Yeah. And if your head isn't oriented that way, I question why, what are you playing for?
See, I think more than the progress bar ruining stuff, it's ruining, in quotes, of course, it's trophies and achievements, right?
It's the same deal. It's the same
plenty
mentality.
of times when I was in my full trophy whoredom, where I was just like, why have I not gotten a single trophy yet?
Right.
I'm playing this game for 45 minutes and not one trophy.
It's the exact same mentality.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Or if you're playing a game like Diablo, are you running a boss over and over and over again to get the drop that you want, or because you enjoy running that boss?
Yeah.
And the brilliance of Blizzard games is that it's usually both. Usually it's like so fun that you're enjoying yourself, and then when you get that drop, that's like icing on the top. You're like, yes, now I feel even better. I'm having even more fun than I was just playing.
But what if chasing the number, chasing level 40, is what's fun for you?
Yeah, I would argue that like you don't like everyone has to decide for themselves what's fun, right? Like you don't get to decide what's fun for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not deciding what's fun for other people.
You were saying, is that fun for you? Like, well, everyone can decide that on their own.
Yeah, but I don't always feel like people know their own heart, like as well as
You do.
I'm just a Davis guy. I know your heart.
No, I'm not saying I know it better than they
I should be
do.
laying down on this couch.
I am not saying that I know anybody's motivations better than they know their own motivations. I'm saying that people need to examine their own motivations.
Sure.
Like, look inward and think about why. Like, if you're addicted to WoW, like, what is it about it that has you addicted to World of Warcraft? Like, maybe it's you have a bunch of friends, so you come back every night to hang out with them. But if it's not, if it's just like the chasing of the loot and you're not even enjoying the game anymore, I totally think that's a real thing. Like, to say that games aren't habit forming or addictive, or people can form bad habits around them because of things like chasing loot, I would disagree with people that say that.
I say game and let game.
Game and let game. Damon.
Anything more to say on that topic?
Damon.
Not Damien.